Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren Houghton from the Department of Epidemiology here at Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health. This video is part of our Mixed Methods series to serve as an introduction to public health scientists. This session covers the key concepts of mixed methods. There are three main key concepts that we will review in this video: how to create a mixed method research question, the core study designs of mixed methods, and two key ways how to integrate both quantitative and qualitative data. The pragmatic mixed methods paradigm prioritizes the research question over the methods used to answer it. Therefore, mixed method research questions are different from quantitative or qualitative ones. Mixed method research questions describe the mixing or the integration of the quant and qual data. There are three ways to build a mixed method research. The first is to use an overarching question. In this example, the quantitative component is the effect of the physical activity intervention on the diabetes outcomes, and the qualitative aspect is captured by the how and the context of the rural setting. The second way to build a mixed method question is to pose a double-barreled question. In this example, the qual component is to develop the intervention, and the quant component is to test it. The third way is to pose three questions: one quant, one qual, and the third question that is a mixed methods question. The qual and quant question can be dependent or independent. So in this example, the quant question tests if migrant girls have earlier puberty than non-migrants. The qual question asks, how do migrant girls experience puberty? And the mixed method question asks if the biological timing of puberty captured in question 1 aligns with the cultural aspect of puberty captured in question 2. Another key concept of mixed methods is study design. There have been many different terms used to describe the designs, and in Creswell and Plano Clark's latest textbook, they have simplified the design into two main buckets. There are the core designs and the complex designs. The complex designs are expansions of the core designs, and so I will just focus on the core designs in this video. The core designs include the convergent, explanatory sequential, and exploratory sequential designs. These are differentiated by the order in which the qualitative and quantitative methods are used, the stage at which the data are integrated, and the emphasis of the quantitative and qualitative data relative to each other. I've also included embedded as a type of concurrent design because I think it's one of the most useful designs for population health researchers. Although in the latest Creswell and Plano Clark textbook, they have actually collapsed this as within the concurrent category. The convergent design is a type of concurrent design, which places equal priority on the qualitative and quantitative methods by simultaneously collecting parallel qualitative and quantitative data, and later comparing or combining them during interpretation only. The embedded design falls under concurrent because it also collects qualitative and quantitative data simultaneously. But in this case, it places emphasis on one method and uses the other method on a subset to the overall study. It also differs from the convergent design because the integration takes place both during analysis as well as the interpretation. Here, I'm illustrating an example where the qualitative methods are embedded within a quantitative study. And this is the most common example, or the common application of the embedded design, although the opposite is also possible, where you have a qualitative study that embeds quantitative methods within it. So the two sequential designs aim to use one method to inform or explain the other. The explanatory sequential design collects and analyzes quantitative data during a first phase and uses qualitative methods in a second phase to explain or expand on the quantitative results. In contrast, the exploratory sequential design starts with a qualitative phase to explore a topic and then analyzes the qualitative data to inform a second quantitative phase. The third key concept of mixed methods that I will review is integration. So integration of qualitative and quantitative methods is really what defines mixed methods. This is why it's separate from a multi-method in which you may just collect both qualitative and quantitative but never actually integrate them. There are four main ways to integrate in mixed methods. Connecting is used in sequential designs and uses the results of one method to inform the design interpretation of the other method. In concurrent designs, separating or transforming is used. When separating, quant and qual data are analyzed separately following respective methods, but are integrated during interpretation by comparing how the results of both methods either converge or diverge. The most common form of transformation is quantifying qualitative data. This entails transforming qualitative data into quantitative data and incorporating it into the existing quantitative database for additional analyses. Merging usually occurs during the interpretation phase of both sequential and concurrent designs. This is where the results of one method are used to help interpret, confirm, and explain the results of the other. Joint display and narrative discussion are two ways to merge. Joint display is a very useful way to conduct and to illustrate mixed method integration. In a single table or graph, it presents both qualitative and quantitative results next to each other. In this example, there are 5 box plots for 5 different subscales within one overarching quantitative scale. And correspondingly, there are quotes about each of the subscale topics. The figure is color-coded so that the quote and the box plot for the same subscale are in the same color. So in this study among labor and delivery nurses, you can see that in relation to the dark blue box plot of relating to others, there is a corresponding quote that says, "It takes more than one brain and 2 hands to be an L&D nurse. You need colleagues. You need them to let you cry out all the junk you accumulate when things go bad. I've changed because I've realized that teamwork is what makes me a better nurse and person." And so here you have a quote that is really giving the meaning behind the statistic. Merging through narrative discussion is a way to integrate during interpretation. In this example, qualitative and quantitative results were previously presented separately in text, but they are integrated here, where they describe the quantitative and qualitative data and where they converge and diverge. So the data converge in relation to food safety, in that the participants in focus groups reported confusion around food safety, and also the scores of quantitative surveys were also low in relation to food safety. The data diverged in relation to personal efficacy around food. So in focus groups, participants report high efficacy to cook, store, prepare, and purchase food. However, the corresponding subscales in the survey, the scores were low, indicating a divergence between the quantitative and qualitative results.